Hey y'all, it is Luca. Today I am going to be renovating yet another ugly starter home in The Sims 4, but today it's going to be another zero simoleon challenge. Basically, I place down this house and then I zero out my Sims funds, and basically we have to renovate this house without extra money, essentially. So I have zero simoleons, and what we're going to do is basically we go throughout the house, we sell stuff we don't need, we can change out the swatches, and we're just basically going to try to improve this house that way. If you really like this kind of video, please let me know in the comments and hit the like button too. I did do this previously right over here in this house. I am pretty happy with how it came out. This house might not be as easy though. So let's just get started. First and foremost, we're getting rid of the landscaping here. We don't need this landscaping. It's costing extra money. That's literally all the landscaping on this lot too. We'll get rid of the terrain paint, and then we're going to get rid of this flooring here. I know for a fact that this staircase here is going to have some... Oh, it doesn't. Oh, look at the Sims team go. I was going to say there's always like a little bit of some wall bits underneath the stairs that we can sell, but I'm just going to do that instead. That looks a lot better, honestly. And I am going to change the height of the wall to a short wall height. I'm just not really a big fan of the medium wall height for a house this narrow. A lot of the stuff in this house we will definitely be able to use. So I'm not going to sell any of it just yet. What I'm thinking I might do is I'm just going to focus on this exterior. We're going to make it look a little nicer, okay? First of all, we'll, fix the roofing a little bit. And let's look in the siding categories. And I'm also going to try to only use the base game today too. So this siding is for simoleons. I'm going to see, we could just make the house brick instead. And this would be 2 simoleons. Oh, this sagey green is lovely. And then we'll, make the trim a little different. I kind of like how this has like a brown roof. So I think we'll just try to match that. Whenever I'm building in my save file, I like for the houses to all kind of look like they go together, and making the roofing the same really works. I do really like that sagey green too. So let's see if we can find maybe like a green like this one to kind of go with it. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that instantly made it so much better. The front door, we can definitely swap it out for something cheaper because this one is 175 simoleons. We have so many options that are cheaper than that. There is this door, but I'm not really a big fan of the swatches on it. I do want it to be like a significant amount cheaper though, so I think we will go with that door. Do we want to use this color? I mean, the brown would be nice, but then the windows wouldn't match. I kind of like the yellow. The yellow is very pretty. And then the windows here are 35 simoleons, but we have these, which are 25 simoleons. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but that adds up quick. Like, look at that. 800 simoleons. Looking great. And I think I'll just go with, I guess, the white swatch on these. I mean, that's pretty nice. There is a version where there is a bit of yellow inside of it, and that does look really pretty too, but you can see it from the inside. So I'm just going to go with these plain ones. We'll do a couple windows maybe right here. Actually, no. We'll just do about the same amount of windows that was here previously. In fact, if we could do less, that would be even better. Ooh, these are not all on the same height. I gotta fix that. Okay, that looks pretty good. This we can change out for this one though, for sure. All right, that's fine. We do need a window for the bathroom. Okay, and then, so the interior doors here, they are 90 simoleons each. So we'll definitely swap those out for this one, which is 50 simoleons. And it looks nicer, in my personal opinion. Just put them right across from each other. This house has always bothered me because this room is just like open. And I'm like, why? Why didn't they just put a wall? Like, it was 120 simoleons, sure. But come on, let's just strip these rooms back of all their wallpaper. Can we replace the fencing? Is there a cheaper option for that? Because the one that's here is this one, which is 27 simoleons, right? Yes. But me being very nitpicky over these. I mean, I could just change the color of the top there to that brown to match the columns and the, the roofing there. We could do something like this. I kind of like the wood on that. That makes it really cozy. but it doesn't match the other house though. We'll give them some railing because come on, you can't have a staircase without some railing. You know what? That looks pretty nice actually. Do I want to use like a white wood out here? I really don't. I think I want to use the same wood that matches the trim here. What are we thinking? It's interesting. It's a lot cuter. I think it's a bit more of a quirkier space. We will go ahead and replace all the flooring with this one right here from the base game, just because it is so much cheaper. We'll get rid of this ridiculous light that I freaking can't stand, y'all. It's just so ugly. And then we will use the saucer light because it is the cheapest light in the game. We'll just try to put one in the center of each little space so that there's enough light. And so I think the exterior is pretty much solidified, essentially. I will go ahead and let's just do some landscaping and some decorating out here a little bit. Do we want to do like a little gravelly path, something like that? Or do we want to use maybe like this? The more I look at this, y'all, the more I'm not really like the biggest fan of the green brick because it doesn't really like work with this green. So maybe instead, just for sensibility's sake, I think I'm going to go with a wood trim on the foundation. We'll just match that wood there. And then I am going to spend a few more simoleons, 24 to be exact, just to change the staircase out. That does look so much better. And I'm also not liking the green door. Maybe we can go with a nice blue. The blue's kind of nice. And then maybe I can just change the brick on this house to this right here. I think that looks so much better. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add in the fence that came with the base game, same way as the other house. We'll just do something kind of simple like this. Man, I have renovated Crick Cabana so many times in this game, y'all. It is like, honestly, like it's the one starter home that I've like, I think renovated the most. It's just, I don't know. There's just something about it. I really adore it. Y'all, what is with me today? But we'll just place down this fencing just to kind of surround the property. There's not really going to be much of anything outside, I don't think, but that looks really nice. And as for the landscaping, I am going to keep it pretty minimal. I think I might just do like something like this, where there's like trees on either side of the little step there. And then I guess I can match the other house and we can put some of these hydrangeas right here. That does look really pretty. I think I might just shrink them down and do like two small ones here. I think I'll also put some hedges out here as well. Maybe we'll just do like these. This is a starter home by all means, so I'm not gonna really go like overboard with everything. It needs to be a nice clean slate for your Sims. Should we put some lavender? I mean, it is my build, so yeah, a little bit of lavender won't hurt. And honestly, now that I've looked, I think I am gonna get rid of the fencing on the sides. I'm not really like loving it. I do like it on the front, but having it on the sides just seemed a little bit excessive. And then we'll just add in some of these hedges out back here just to surround the house. Something like that. Nice and simple and sweet. And then I guess we can just add in a few trees here too. Maybe we'll put one like right here and then like maybe one right here on the corner. And we'll definitely want to go in with a little bit of like grass and stuff. You know, we could kind of go in with a little bit of some messy grass if we really wanted to, but that's a little too much. Let's see. I do want to go in with maybe some flowers. Like, ooh, these are really pretty. Do these cost anything? I'm looking for the free ones, essentially. Ooh, this is perfect. This grass right here. It's really nice and vibrant. It matches the general vibes of Willow Creek. You know, and maybe it's just a sign that whoever lives here needs to do a little bit of mowing. We'll put one of these trees out here too. Why not? That looks really nice. Maybe not that close to the house. Maybe like right here, give or take. That's kind of cute. All right. I think that is pretty good for the exterior. Let's focus on getting the interior finished first, and then I will add some stuff like on the front porch if there's money left. So let's just see here. You know, let's see how good this Sims team is at making a good starter home. So these chairs are perfectly acceptable. However, this table is 200 simoleons. Oh, I was gonna be like, all like the Sims team is just like they made something too expensive. Yeah, 200 simoleons is actually what seems to be the cheapest table in the game. Okay. Well, color me shocked. But I will go with a nice dark wood at least, because that just looked really, really tacky. And then we'll just change all of the chairs to a nice dark wood tone as well. And you know what? Let's sell one. That'll give us a few extra simoleons. We only need 3 and it fits there better anyways. Thank goodness these counters got an upgrade, because let me tell you what, if they did not, we would not be able to do this renovation. I do admit. So that already changes it so much for the better. We can still keep the couch too. I'm just going to place it maybe like right here. I don't like that the doorway goes right into it, but we can't really be that picky. And I think since this house seems to be like a lot of like blue and like beige, I think I'll just go with this beige couch. Pretty sure I used the same one in the last renovation that I did this way, but that's fine. And let's see here. This table is 65 simoleons. This one is 45. So much cheaper. And you know what? I think I'm going to go with a lighter wood on these. I feel like this dark wood is just a little too dark. That's nice. And then the TV will keep, of course. That'll go right there for sure. They did have a trash can. I don't want the yellow though. I just want the white. Also, putting it in the living room just seems sad. So we'll just put it next to the refrigerator right here. Okay, that's looking better for sure. We do need a wallpaper. We can't just go without that. That's sad. So thankfully the paint with trim in this game is very cheap. And let's just go with like a nice, like light, either light blue or light gray. That is pretty nice. I think I'll just go with a nice light blue. I think that looks pretty. So I think that's looking pretty good. Let's see. This room does not really need much of an improvement. I am going to change the swatch because I just simply do not like that one. I think I'll just go with like this color. We'll get rid of this little kid's light here. I think for this room, you know, it still needs to be a kid's room, I guess, but we will keep it nice and light in here too. Ooh, how about we do this like light lavendery purple, and then we can just do like either this swatch or the light blue. Ooh, the light greenish, like the minty color looks really nice. This is 170 simoleons, which I'm pretty sure that is the cheapest dresser. It is, but oh wow, by a lot actually. This is 400 and some simoleons, but I just simply can't. I think that is so ugly, and that looks really nice together, I think. This light can go in the kids' room. I don't know what their reasoning is for putting a kid's light in a parent's room like this. What is going on? And I'll move this bookshelf into here too, just so that it's in the living room instead. Change the swatch there. If I really wanted to make it a little better, I could move the couch like down here this way and just do something like that. That's kind of cute. It does kind of get in the way of the hallway, but it's not like that bad, I guess. That looks pretty okay. I almost forgot to add another door. That would have been a disaster. And then for the parents' bedroom, oof, I'm thinking like a nice like purpley tone would look really nice in here. I do love that, but I don't know, maybe a darker blue would be better. Yeah, like a nice dark blue. And then the bathroom, we can just do this, a nice clean white tile. And do we have anything that's nice and cheap for the floor? It looks like we actually do. We can just do this one for the flooring in here. That looks so much better. I don't even think I really need to change this bathroom. It is already kind of good. Oh, I lied. That toilet paper should not be that high. The bedding, I mean, to be honest, y'all, this is my favorite swatch of this bed. Okay, so we have 455 simoleons that we can work with. You know, to be honest, y'all, I could make this house a tiny bit smaller. I know I didn't do that in my last renovation, but I'm not considering that cheating. That's just something that you would do. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make this kids' room a little smaller, and then I'm going to make this parents' bedroom a little smaller as well. It doesn't need to be that big, and that's not that much of a change, to be honest, but it does kind of mean a lot. Like, that saved us a couple hundred simoleons. It's still honestly a really big bedroom, to be perfectly honest, y'all. So I don't know. I think it's fun. What we'll do though is I think I'll put the dresser maybe right here. I think I would rather the bed be where it was originally. Yeah. And then I can put the dresser here instead. I'm honestly thinking out loud again. I apologize, but that is how my brain works. We'll give them a couple nightstands because they deserve it. Okay. You got to have a nightstand, please. And then for a good lamp, I think we'll just go honestly with these classic ones. They're just nice lamps. Super simple in here. I was really being ambitious there for a second because I was like, oh, what if we're able to put a desk? Not with that kind of money. We don't. I also think I'm going to change the colors in here. I think a nice like light, like this kind of color would be nice. And then we can change the bedding. Ooh, maybe this fun green color. We'll do like some white side tables. Actually, that looks so nice. It matches the rest of the house. Ooh, I kind of have an idea for the flooring in here. Since this is the same price, what if we did something like this? Just a nice clean white tile in this kitchen area. That way it kind of is sort of separate. And honestly, that really helps a lot with like how much space is in here. And then I'm just gonna like redo that, I think. That looks better, I guess. Change the swatch of this to a more appropriate swatch for this setup in here. Okay. I like this so far. We have 255 simoleons. Since this home is 2-bedroom and I'm presuming 3 Sims live here, we should definitely put another little chair, maybe here in the corner. Probably just this one since there is a matching swatch. That took like half of our money, but honestly, I'm just trying to add things to make this house better. We also have this rug here. It's just a clean white rug, but hey, that's 50 simoleons there. Let's see. This light is 65 simoleons. There is no toys in here. And you know what, y'all? I think we have to sacrifice the nice wardrobe. It's just too expensive. We'll just go back to the one that was here. We'll use that swatch. That's fine. Okay, I guess it's better, but we do definitely need to give them a little side table because a bedroom without a side table, like a little nightstand, that's just sad. There is this one that matches. The bed is just not speaking to me. Ooh, hold the phone. 300 simoleons when this one is 240. How does that look? Maybe we should just base the room off of this bedding here. Like I think we'll just change the color of the room to this light color there. That looks so much better. And now we actually have a few hundred simoleons. Okay, we can actually give them some toys. For crying out loud. How much is a toy box? 200 simoleons. Okay, so we'll just, you know what? We'll do like we did in the last one. I'll give them a Blarfy because that is pretty cheap. It is only 75. I think I'll actually get rid of maybe this light here. I don't know. Do we want to get rid of that light? Let's see if there's one that's cheap because this one is the cheapest. It's 65 simoleons, but is there a cheaper option for a nightstand light? Like this one's 30. It's not as nicely lit though. Maybe we leave it. I don't know. I think that's okay. I do want like some kind of wall art in here. This one's only 30 simoleons. Oh, but that color just does not match. Ooh, but that does. Yeah, okay. That's better. I at least needed something in that room. This parents' bedroom is so sad. It is so empty. There is so nothing in here. Can I afford at least a mirror? Okay. Thank goodness. We at least will give them a nice mirror here in the corner. And can I afford, oh wait, I was going to say, can I afford a rug? But what if I could just, actually, you know what? Let's just make the whole room a carpet. Same with the kids' bedroom. I think that looks a lot nicer. It's very white, very bright compared to what I normally do. But honestly, it's actually kind of nice because like there's not really a lot going on. I could even make this wall like a little bit darker. And yeah, it just kind of brightens it up in here. It looked so sad before. Okay, we have 194 simoleons. We are not wasting a single simoleon, okay? Oh, goodness. What is there to do? We can give them like a little like fish bowl there, maybe. Why not? I never add one in my game, so hey. Ooh. How much is this bookshelf? 175? Ha, nonsense. We'll put these vintage books here, and that replaces it. That's actually kind of cute, too. Okay, what else can we add? What other little things can we do to change this? I think a nice lamp in here would look really good. This one is really cheap. Oh, yes. I do quite like that. That lights up the living room so much. Y'all, I'm just like looking around obsessively being like, what can I add? Maybe this little rug right here in the kitchen. We'll just do like maybe the white. What if we did the pink? The pink is kind of fun. Maybe we'll do a lighter color of the couches there to kind of go with everything a little bit better. That's looking nice. Maybe a little plant on the table here. We'll do that little blue. Okay, that's kind of cute. I don't know. Is there any like appliances? Ooh, we can give them a coffee pot. and we'll give them the pink one. Ooh, what if we did pink for the appliances? I kind of like that. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I'm kind of digging all the pink. You know what? Let's do it. To heck with it, y'all. It's a starter home. All right. We have 34 simoleons. I don't know what else I can add for that little bit of money. We can't even add toothbrushes. They're literally one simoleon too expensive for us. You know what? Let's get rid of a cabinet. We'll put this here. We'll move the trash can there. That is perfect. We can even put this in the corner, and there's still room to prepare food. Wow, we have so much money now. Yay. I want to at least give them some toothbrushes. Like, come on. And a hand soap for the bathroom so they can wash their hands. I guess we can maybe do these little salt and pepper shakers. Those would look pretty dang cute. Maybe instead of the plant, we'll do those. Oh, we have 100 simoleons left. I'm just like looking around. I'm like, what else can I add? What else can I do? What else is changeable? Maybe we can get rid of this light here. Is there like a cheap like wall light? Ooh, wait. This is only 40 simoleons. Oh my goodness. We should use that instead. Yeah, that looks nice. I just want to make it look nicer in here. We need at least a little bit of wall art. This is 50 simoleons. Oh, if only we had this. It's 200 though. My goodness. So we do have these art pieces that are, I believe, from the microscope, if I'm not mistaken. We can put one of those in here, and that looks really, really nice, actually. It gives them some wall art from their bedroom, at least. I'm just looking through all of the debug items and seeing if there's anything that we can do. Well, we can definitely add some decor out front. We can add this like little wheelbarrow with some flowers on it. That looks really cute out here. Maybe we can add like a couple little flamingo decorations. Those are cute. Ooh, these like displays with crystals are very nice. And there's 0 simoleons, y'all. We can just put like a couple down here. Maybe they collect crystals. Listen, y'all, I'm desperate for any more decor. That's kind of cute, actually. We can give them, you know, a little fun little, you know, wall-mounted fish. I guess it's a little gummy fish. We've got these. These are nail polish bottles. We can put some stuff back here after all. Oh, and there is a little plunger we could put in the bathroom there for some realism. Maybe we can even put like some cleaner back here. Got a little fragrance bottle we can put there. I'm just desperate for anything. Ooh, there's like a little letter here. We can just say that maybe there's like some bills there. I'm just trying to find some other things. Ooh, there's a little craftable knife block we can put here in the corner. We have 9 simoleons left, y'all. I don't think there's literally anything else that's 9 simoleons. Oh my goodness, this big mural. Wait, this is kind of cute for in here. I don't know. That's kind of fun. It looks as though we have 4 simoleons left. And this is just going to be a funny little joke. These rocks are only 1 simoleon. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put one in here. I'm going to put it on this little thing right here. Oh, the lighting is terrible. That's going to be their pet rock. And then that's what is going to finish off the house. I'm just now realizing I didn't put a porch light out front. So we'll get rid of this light. And we'll go in and grab a porch light. We'll just use this one. It is 40 simoleons. Oh, we have 13. Oh my gosh, y'all. That's a game changer. We could buy something else for that. No, we can't. We absolutely can't. But that is the build, y'all. So here is the 0 simoleon renovation of Crick Cabana using only base game items. I promise you, if we were able to go in and use other packs, probably could have made it even cheaper, because there's some items from other packs that are even cheaper, like beds. Oh my goodness. But let's go ahead and I'll give you a little tour. The front porch is pretty simple. There's like one thing on it, but hey, it at least looks a lot nicer. The wood tones are better. It just feels warmer and more friendly. You know, it seems a little dark in here. But here's the living room. It's sort of better. I mean, sure, it looks more interesting. Here is the kitchen and dining space. There's some pink and some light blue in here. I think it looks really nice. I think it looks a lot better than it did, of course. Here's the kids' bedroom. Looks so much better. I went with like a nice bright teal. I gave them a blur fee and a little mural on the wall since it was so cheap. I'm not even really sure what that's supposed to be for, but hey, it's cute. I barely did anything to the bathroom, but I just added a painting, some little clutter objects, and I made the tile nice and bright and white and clean. The parents' bedroom is kind of empty still, but it does look a lot better, I think. Overall, this house is a lot brighter and less, sad. I don't really need to show you the floor plan. It's not really that much different. I just made the kids' bedroom and the parents' bedroom one tile smaller, made the house a little bit smaller, but honestly, you can't really tell that much of a difference. That is pretty much it for this little renovation. I will have it up on the gallery under my username, Luca Owens. If you want to go check out my last video where I did this, I will have it linked in the description as well as in the end card as well. But yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you to my YouTube members, the Lavender Buds. Thank you so much for your support. It is with your support I'm able to continue making content full time. If you would like to become a YouTube member, you'll get early access to my videos as well as access to members only content, and you get to see your name scrolling on the screen right now. But a massive thank you to everyone for watching the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, all that good stuff. Thank you all so very much for watching. Don't forget to plant lavender for luck. Bye, y'all.